Have you ever poured your heart and energy into something? Not for recognition, but simply because you wanted to? Maybe it didn't earn applause or look like a grand accomplishment to others, but it was yours, and that made it meaningful. I've learned that fulfillment doesn't always come from chasing the so called big achievements. More often, it comes from the quiet victories we claim for ourselves. After all, who decides what counts as big or small anyway? This is what happened to a Filipino scientist named Ricardo Lantican, who, despite the absence of applause and recognition, worked harder than most people. As a young man, he was diligent, curious, and determined. He earned one degree after another. First, a bachelor's at UP Los Baños, then a master's, and eventually a doctorate degree. These were remarkable milestones, though not the kind that drew headlines or nationwide praise. Yet each step was meaningful, and together, they laid the foundation to pursue what he wanted to do. In 1961, fresh from completing his doctorate at Iowa State University, Ricardo Lantican felt a pull stronger than any opportunity abroad, the call to return home to the Philippines. At the University of the Philippines, Los Baños, he began what would become a remarkable career in research and teaching. There, he turned his focus to plant breeding and hybridization, working with crops many of us take for granted, like mung bean, corn, soybean, and peanut. Fast forward to 1970. A sovereign cornleaf blight swept across the United States. Caused by a fungus called Cetosphaeria turcica, the disease showed up as gray, cigar-shaped scars on the leaves. They may have looked harmless at first, but these lesions crippled the plant's ability to photosynthesize, slowly killing it. Harvests were destroyed, and the epidemic caused catastrophic losses, about $8 billion in today's value. That's the equivalent of wiping out 16% of the entire corn production. And yet, surprisingly, the epidemic only lasted a single year. That's really unusual. After all, human epidemics like COVID-19 lasted for years. So, how did this plant epidemic end so quickly? Years earlier, Ricardo Lantican, already Dr. Lantican, had been studying a similar disease spreading through cornfields in UP Los Baños. His team uncovered something unusual. All the infected crops shared the same cellular trait, known as T cytoplasm. This trait made the plant sterile, unable to produce viable pollen, and dangerously vulnerable to the fungus. Remarkably, this discovery came a full decade before the cornleaf blight epidemic struck the United States. At the time, few noticed his findings, but 10 years later, that early research proved crucial in preventing an even greater catastrophe. That breakthrough cemented his place in the field of Philippine science. Yet beyond the scientist whose name is renowned in his field, there is a more personal side. To do that, we sat down with his daughter, Carmi Lantican. We got an exclusive interview with her, with Siegfried as our interviewer for today. And with that, I'll pass it over to you, Siegfried.
Okay, so let's start. On behalf of my group mates in STS1, this is Siegfried, and we are interviewing today the daughter of Dr. Lantican, Miss Carmi Lantican, and she will tell us something about or answer questions about Dr. Lantican. So the first question is, Carmi, could you start telling us a bit about yourself and how your life was shaped by being the child of a prominent scientist like Dr. Lantican?
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi.
I am Carmela Lantican, the daughter of Dr. Ricardo Lantican. I am currently residing with my parents here in Los
Okay.
Baños, Laguna. Was my life shaped by
Oo.
being the child of a scientist like Dr.
Yes.
Lantican. So my father is always there for guidance and support, and also allowing me to make my own choices and decisions in life.
Carmi's story that Dr. Lantican's legacy goes beyond his groundbreaking work. It lives in the values he instilled in his children. He became a model first to his children before to us.
He has 2 children, me and my brother, who is a cardiologist. He also served UPLB and the government in various capacities.
Mhm.
So this is just to name a few.
Wow.
So he was also an undersecretary for research and development at DOST.
Okay,
And
okay.
mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
So he was appointed as Professor Emeritus at UPLB upon his retirement in 1988. So he was conferred the rank and title of National Scientist for his pioneering scientific works in plant genetics and varietal improvement in 2005. He also served UPLB and the government in various capacities. So this is just to name a few.
Wow.
So he was also an undersecretary for research and development at DOST. He was appointed as Professor Emeritus at UPLB upon his retirement in 1988.
We witness here how a person's fame becomes a legacy, even after their retirement. His impact transcended beyond his time in his career, even the government awarding him the title of National Scientist after.
Oh, when our group read about the Southern Corn Blight, sobrang kung di talaga siguro nagawa ni Doc yung research regarding that crop disease. Siguro hindi lang isang taon yung parang 1 year ata nung tumama sa kanila yung Southern Corn Blight. 1 year pa ata bago nila na-discover yung
Medyo
ginawang
late na
research
yung
ni Doc.
discovery.
It shows the global impact of Dr. Lantican's work. His research was not an academic pursuit, but a critical factor in preventing another severe agricultural crisis that may affect the food supply of people. After hearing Carmi Lantican's story of his father, it shows us how his father is truly impressive. He is not only a champion to his family, but to us people, that he impacted with his scientific knowledge. Dr. Ricardo Lantican was not a household name. At the outset, his work didn't draw parades or headlines. But because of his dedication, his research saved billions in agricultural losses. He didn't do it for recognition, he did it because it mattered to him. His story shows us that what may seem like a small step in the moment can carry an impact far greater than we realize. And maybe that's the point. Fulfillment isn't found in chasing applause, but in choosing work that's meaningful to us. Trusting that even our quiet victories can ripple further than we could ever imagine.